Hello, everybody. How are you doing? It's Christos, and it's another episode of the Parody of Reality. A bit this time in this episode, we won't have a guest. We will try a new thing with no camera, so it will be basically an original podcast, like online. Just listen, just creating. We will create pictures today instead of watching a picture on your if you're watching us from YouTube. So we will try and make pictures, so we'll have our imagination. And the main reason is not because nobody came here to have us a guest, mainly because nobody was able to come, since I'm not in the best of my health and time runs. We ran out of time, and since I'm had this thing that you can't say that you had because everybody started arguing lately, even though here in UK it's now like nobody cares about that virus anymore, so it's fine. But I got it. It's my friend now, and nobody was able to come near to me for several days, so I thought try something different and see how it will go, and that's how it will be now, so you can see how it will run. It's not the best thing. Like I was in Greece, and I came here back, and I got a present for myself from Greece. So let's put it that way. I got sick, and I'm in my house for days, and I will come back to work sooner than later. Even though I'm not feeling very bad as the first time I got it, but yeah, it's quite an experience, I have to say, and I spend a lot of time in my house being bored, mostly, and since I'm not in my best, I need a motivation to go back, to live life at my best, to all those quotes that make you wake up from your bed, like do this, do that. Like you have to be your best self every day. Like look yourself and from yesterday and make today counts. Be better than who you were yesterday. That's a very good one. Motivation, this, and it pop up in my Instagram account a lot of motivation like this, a lot of quotes, and I have to say, I was never motivated from none of those motivation quotes. Even though that's the purpose, to give you some good works, I was never been motivated, like which basically you feel like what's motivation? Motivation is you hear something, and then or you find a reason, to act in a particular way. So that's what motivation is. Like you give yourself a reason to act in a particular way. And even though I read those quotes and I feel like I will rock the world, I will be like, yeah, let's do that. Then 2 minutes after, I'm just not doing anything. So I don't know, my mind gets motivated and my body is like, nah, not today. I don't know. I haven't heard someone say Like, never a great story, if you think about it, a great story never starts with, you know what? I read that motivation quote on internet and I was like, fucking yes. I will run this 22 mile marathon all of a sudden because I read on the internet, like, you know what? If you put something in your head and then you believe it, you can wake up the next day and do it. I will never hear the person saying this and then go and run a marathon, 22 miles, and be like, that's who I am. That's what I need. Internet got my back once again, once and for all. Or the other one that I wrote, it's how was it? Like, people who know little are usually great talkers, while men who know much say little. Which technically it's like people bullshitting all the time. Instead, like, this could be like people bullshit a lot, and those that they don't talk a lot, they talk bullshit in their head. I think that's a free translation from those that couldn't get the meaning from what I said earlier. Yeah. Yeah, because the amount of bullshit going around, it's massive. Yeah. Like, for example, I was like, that's a great story. Like, I was in France like last month. I went for some holidays, to explore Europe, to see some, to eat some baguettes and drink some wine and grow a mustache. Most French person ever. And but I live in UK. I'm like, I live years now in UK, and I have adapted the British behavior. You could say I could be proper British, even though my accent is shit. My manners are very British. I keep them, like, and as a proper British behavior person, is that correct? Probably no. As a proper Greek guy who can behave as a British person, I went out of the train. I wanted to go to take the metro, and I stayed in the line, which is for two machines. They have, like, I'm in French, in Paris, in the center of love, and I'm going to the metro to go to my Airbnb to leave all my stuff because I was tired and hungry, but patient. Yeah, stayed on the line patiently. I will wait my turn to go to the cashiers, to the ticket machines, try to figure out how I will turn this in English, because everything was French. Not English. Everything was French. So I was praying that the ticket machine at least will have some English to be able to understand what ticket I need mostly. And I'm sitting there in the line waiting patiently. There is one line for two ticket machines, which makes sense, I assume. So everybody will feel that it treats fairly, because some people do fast and some people take their time, which is a very annoying thing. Like, if you please come to the year we live, it's 2022. It's not that difficult to take a ticket. I mean, I could do that in French. I was hoping it would be in English to do it faster. That's all. And the line goes crippling, and my end is near. I'm like, how many trains I will lose until I get this fucking ticket? So while I'm waiting, and I'm like, it's time, it's me, in front of the machine, so I'm waiting one of the two persons finish. And behind me is a lady that it was with me in the plane, so she was like, she looked so tired, but she was from UK herself as well. She was behaving. She was like, you know what? One line, that's what it is. I will go to sleep. It's fine. Like, because I was occasionally like checking left and right what's going on. Will something silly would happen? With some guy will start talking French, and little did I know, while I'm waiting, I'm the first guy in the line, and behind me is that lovely lady. Another lady comes next to me with an attitude. I loved her immediately. I loved her because she stays next to me and waiting for the guy to finish so she will go on the tickets. And I was like, oh, this is happening. That's very interesting. Let's see how this will turn around. And I looked back, and everybody was looking at her with the most, I hate you, what the fuck are you doing, you silly bitch, here, go back to the fucking line, we are waiting like 10-15 minutes here. Nobody says anything. So the Greek guy jumps out of me, because I was behaving British, I wouldn't say anything, but the Greek guy jumps out of me, and I'm like, with the politest way, because as I said, British behavior. I was like, excuse me, miss, I say, in a hope that she will know how to speak English, but it's this is the line here. And with complete confidence and attitude, this lady says to me, yes, but this machine is not, it's for the cards, which basically she was referring to the cards that, like we have here Oyster, that you tap, you load the card with money and you tap the card and you move forward. So because she was from Paris, I guess, so she had the card, and she was she was trying to load money or something. So she gave me the excuse. But I'm not an idiot sometimes. Sometimes I think. And I checked the machine that it was saying tickets plus cards. It was in French, but tickets, it's universal, it says it everywhere. And I'm like, yeah, but it's for tickets too. It's one line for both machines. I insist. Some would say I'm being impolite, no more. And she goes now, no, you don't know. So basically she says you don't know. This is for cards only, and it's fine. I can't go to the other machine. I can do only this one. And I'm like, I was like, you know what? I'm first in the line. I'm on holiday. It was lovely. Yeah, I'm thinking all these things. I'm like, Chris, keep it calm. Don't say something, like just laugh about the fact that this lady thinks that we are complete idiots, and that she's like, she was so I do what I want person, like this arrogance, like this attitude, like I lie in your face and both of us know it, yeah, but I'm so much better than you poor people who stayed on the line, yeah, that we will make that this is not happening, like I'm not lying to you, yeah, like like this is not the cars that you are looking for. And I'm like, look at this spoiled bitch. But Chris, don't say anything. That doesn't work. Yeah, and while I'm in that process in my mind, like, just laugh. It's funny. This is just, she thinks that she doesn't even believe what she said to you is something that you will believe. Yeah, but she just said an excuse. And while I'm thinking that, the lady that was the girl that was behind me, this lovely British girl, who had enough, apparently, she goes mental. She goes like, the line is here, not there. It's both machines for tickets and cards. What are you doing here? You think we are stupid? She went crazy. Like, I had enough. Like, what this? She thinks like we are complete idiots. Go back in the line. and the girl starts speaking in French. The other lady starts speaking in French. Yeah. Like, I didn't understand anything from what he said, but probably she was saying some bad words in there, because I know some bad words and some of them were there. Like, and they start arguing together. So I'm like in front, the girl behind me start arguing. Pure diamond. Like, do you think we are stupid? Like, we are waiting for 10 minutes and you are coming, like, and with what? We didn't notice you? You are in front of us. Could you please go back? No, this is for the cards. I don't need to go back. I'm here now. It will take me 1 minute. So all of a sudden the story changed completely. Like, just an excuse for everything. Like, my husband is waiting for me. Like, I have to catch the train. I have to do this. I have to do that. So many things. So, like, didn't make any sense. Yeah. And then while she is arguing, yeah, because I have so much fun, it happens. Both ticket machines, the people finish at the same time and they leave. So we have 2 empty machines, and I move forward to one, and the lady that came and skipped all the line, charged into the other machine. And the lady behind me, she had like luggages with her, so she wasn't that fast. She was like, oh my fucking god, this fucking idiot, you think that we are completely... She was like, until the other girl finished, because fair to her, she did like, I don't know, 30 seconds. She tapped her card, she tapped the other card, I don't know. She speaks French. It took me 10 minutes just to change the language myself. And the other girl behind me was like, just pointing her, like, with her words. Yeah, she was like, how dare you? That's so disrespectful. You are like, the people raised you should be, are they proud of you? And things like this. She was like, amazing. Amazing. And she left, and the other girl comes. So the other girl was like, oh, putain. Fuck you, Delipe. Fuck you, bitch. We know who's the bitch here. Oh. I was laughing hysterically at the time. Like, not only me, a lot of people were still laughing around. And then the other girl leaves. The lady leaves. Her friends, and she comes next to me because the tickets are next to each other, and she goes like, the nerves that are all the French people like this, bitch. I should go back. And we are like there, like how we are like half hour in French in France, half hour. She was like, what, these fucking people are like this? I should go back. And I'm like, come on, we had a difficult day. You know, get scared. You will get some rest. I don't think all of the people are like this. You will get over it. He was like, yeah, maybe you are right, okay. Then diffused back to I'm super tired, I don't have time for this bullshit. At the end of the day, it was hilarious. It was hilarious. And then I was like, you know what? I understood later why this British girl snapped. I do understand later. She didn't have her motivation code at that day. Because if she would read like, you know what? If she had read in the morning when you wake up and drink your coffee prior to getting her, her flight, had this like 10 minutes Instagram session which we scroll down for no fucking reason, just because it's a habit and you had to do it to just see nonsense. And she would have found that call that would say, some people don't understand the pain that you are on, but it's not their fault. It's just they're not as far ahead as you are. If she had read that quote, she would keep it real. Like I did. I read my quote in the morning. It said, the person next to you, it's not the person that cares the most about you and your mental health. I am the person responsible for that. So in my mind, I keep it calm. The other girl couldn't. Because everybody has seen people flipping out all over the places, being all over. And normally when someone tells you a story, you're picturing your experience on their story, like in your mind when you try to understand what you do, what happened. Like I was in the Starbucks the other day. I went to go get a coffee. So either you are visualizing yourself going to get a coffee, or you visualizing the person that tell you the story, if you know him, that he is on the Starbucks and getting a coffee, and you are like, either you are sitting on the table or you are in the line as well, yeah, with him. And then you put people that you know, like when he said like, oh, I go to the cashier in front and I ask the girl, I said girl, so basically you will think a girl that served you a coffee. So that person you will put on a picture, isn't it? Like the person that probably will be the person that you get the coffee from, you will put it, and then you will be like, I turn to the left to the guy who was making the coffee, and then you put the guy that you know. So basically you are visualizing another person's story with heroes that you met or you have in your unconscious mind. Because those people have faces, yeah? But what are the faces? You put them yourself. Think about it. I will tell you another story and let's test this actually. It involves me, my brother, an angry driver with his wife, and a miserable life, I guess. 2 cars and one traffic light. So it's summer 2019 in a lovely place we call Thessaloniki in Greece. It's a very warm day. it's a day that I traveled there. I've been there in like 2, 3. Actually, no, I've been there in a week, almost a week in Thessaloniki. Yeah, and what is happening is that why I say I'm a week there, so you will understand that all this British behavior that I had earlier, it's gone. Yeah, I'm like 100% Greek in Greece. Greek guy in Greece. I've embraced all the culture. I forgot all the English I know, all the behaviors I know. Proper Greek guy. And I'm with my brother. We are going back home, I think, or we are going for a coffee. We have like, let's say we are going for a coffee because it was noon. Yeah, it was around 1 o'clock, I think. So we are going for a coffee, and I'm driving the car. We have a lovely chat of like, we say joke, we have fun, we say silly shit. He's talking about what he wants to do in his life. We take the piece of this, and he was like, he was telling me about his friends, which was gonna get married, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And while we're driving and we have fun, music, of course, open windows, I see a traffic light and it's orange. We are in a big road, one way, one line, no, 3 lanes, 4, and we are going one way. So basically, yeah, for those who know Thessaloniki, we are in front of the big hotel, Macedonia Palace. And the traffic light from green turns orange to go red. Yeah, how do I know that? Magic. And in that moment, because I'm going like not fast, but fast enough to skip the light, but in that moment, my British behavior comes back for just a split of second, and I decide that I will stop to the line. Because why not? And I stop. Is it because it's the safe thing to do? No. It's because I had a moment like, oh, like this enlightenment of British behavior. I have to stop. It's orange. Don't skip it, Greek guy. Yeah. And I stop. I press the brake, I stop, and behind me, it's another car with another 2 people, which they didn't have this British enlightenment as I did. Yeah, but because they are behind me, they have to press the brakes and they have to stop in the orange. And at the moment I stopped the orange, which turned red, the guy behind me goes like, "What the fuck are you doing, you piece of shit?" And I'm like, oops. What happened here? Like, like a shock. Like, and I'm like, okay, we are doing this, I guess. And I, as I said, I'm fully Greek, yes? I put my head out of the window and I'm like, what the fuck you mean? It's a red light. I stopped. No, it was orange. Why the fuck did you stop? Oh my fucking God. You fucking idiot. And I'm like, my brother was like, Chris, come on, man. Chris, come on. Stop. Come on. We're having such fun. Why the fuck do you answer to this guy? I'm like, what the fuck you mean? I didn't say anything. Which technically I kinda did. Yeah, and I'm like, I go back again, I'm like, look, man. I put again my head out of the window and said, look, man, it's red now. Yeah, and it was orange and I stopped. That's what it is. Oh my fucking god, you driver, you are idiot. Like, you don't know how to drive. Which, what I do basically is what the law says. Yeah, but I in Greece, you have to skip the lights for some reason. Yeah, it's the rule of the streets, I guess. And this guy is like 60 years old, kinda. Yeah, he's not like a youngster, like, which is like hot-headed who wants the speed, you know. He's just an old guy who's, I guess, always frustrated. And and my brother, and I try to keep it calm, but I give some answers, like, which is a bit like pinchy, you know, makes keep the other person on their toes. So, and I'm getting ready to be like in an argument, let's say, for no reason, just two people trashing each other. Basically, I'm ready to commit it to this because he said two things, I replied two times. He's continue talking, so it means that I have to come back stronger, and then we'll start shouting each other like for 2 minutes until it's go green again and continue our lives. And then he will try to pass me, and I will not let him because I'm that cunt, and he will be more annoyed, and he will press the horn, and I will be like, what the fuck you want? And if I hit traffic, I will slow down on purpose, and he will be even more annoyed, and he will eventually pass me because I will have to go to my coffee place, so I will slow down, and he will be like shouting from his window like, fuck you, bastard. And I will be like, you silly cunt, you deserve what you got. And we will continue our lives. That's standard procedure for Greek drivers, you know. Shouting each other, showing shit, making another person's life miserable for 2 minutes, and continue, if not stop and start fist fighting. So I'm like, okay, I see how this will go. I'm getting ready. And my brother continues like, Chris, come on, we are going for a coffee. That's not necessary. And I'm like, I didn't say anything to him, you know, and with my doggy eyes, I didn't say anything to him. And my brother is a person that don't like conflict. He tries to avoid it at all. So the moment he started shouting at us, he was confused, but at the same time he was a bit like, okay, he's just an idiot. Let's move forward our lives. And then I replied, and he started being anxious now, like, fuck, we engaged him. Now he will continue shouting for no reason. Man. And he tries to not make me not talk to him, basically, as hard as possibly can. And I'm like, look at me, I kind of want it though. And he's like, come on, Chris, no, we don't need that. We go for a coffee. Come on, we had a fun conversation. That's completely unnecessary. And I'm like, but you know, fun will make his life miserable, you know. Because at that point, even though he is old guy, he doesn't deserve respect. Yeah, because he was very rude from the first moment. Like, I replied with logic, kinda, and he didn't, you know, he continued being a dickhead. So, you know, he doesn't deserve respect no more from me until he proved wrong. And but my brother was correct. Yeah, it's like, you know that other people are correct, and you're like, fuck that shit. Like, so, and I wasn't angry anyway at that day. Just, you know, I was just chilling. I'm like, it will be fun. But my brother was like, nah, leave it, come on. We are almost in our destination. We were like 2 minutes away anyway. And I'm like, you know what? Okay. I won't continue. So I didn't reply third time back, yeah. But I could hear him like shouting because, and then I'm like, I'm curious to, because at some point he stopped. And I'm curious, like, what's happening? Like, is he continue shouting or is he? And this guy was super mad apparently. Yeah, he reached the level I'm quiet mad and I'm waiting for something so I will explode. Because we are sitting in a car waiting for the traffic light and I'm curious, so I'm checking my left mirror. Put a glance to my mirror to see, is he boiling? Is he red? What's going on? And the moment I look on the mirror, because I couldn't try the view, I moved my head around to try to find a good eye contact. The moment I find the eye contact, the guy goes immediately, explodes. Don't look at me from your mirror, you motherfucker. Actually, he didn't say motherfucker, but he should say it. Well, don't look at me from your mirror. Do you understand? You fucking kids. You disrespectful idiots. For some reason, we were disrespectful. He was like swearing at us. He was disrespectful. You just look in your way. Just look in front of you. Otherwise, I will come down and you will see. I will come down and you will see. Classic threat from Greek driver's threat. I will come down and you will see, you kid. Which basically he was an old guy and I would like smash him. I could beat him like so easily. So easily. Yeah, his wife had that face like, what the fuck is he doing? That's not good. Please shut up. But she couldn't say anything. It's her husband. She knows. Just simple. She knows. and I turned to my brother and I'm like, are you sure? And my brother does this like when when someone says to you like when someone does something bad and you are so angry, but you are like so fed up that you don't have the power to say anything. Like that was my brother's face, like like what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Like I convinced my brother to don't say anything and the other guy just goes for it. And I'm like, George, come on, look at this guy. Look how he wants us to engage him. Look at him. And my brother goes like, oh man, this coffee couldn't come earlier. And I to be honest, then I started laughing myself as well. It was so silly. Like, don't look me from the mirrors. Look in front of you, you fucking kids. And I start the car. The traffic light was green. Start the car slowly because I'm on holiday or not. And this guy was pissed. He was pissed because while I'm going to my second year, yes, slowly, the guy turns left, passes me, left. For you guys that you are in UK, left is the fast lane. So he goes left, passes me, and you can hear him still swearing like his life, like fuck my life, oh my fucking god, this stupid world I am with these fucking idiots, like blah blah blah, right? And we had the most, like we were laughing at that point like super hard with my brother. We're like, see you dude. It was magical. It was magical. Oh man. But that's how small things you can let control you. Like this guy probably has had the worst. Well, his day was like shit. Like I would assume for the next all day, all of his day was like screwed because of an orange traffic light, which you were supposed to stop. That's why it's orange. It's not green. Yeah. And me on the other side have a great story with a guy, and then because this never happened here in UK to me. Yeah, like nobody. If I stop to traffic light, if it's orange, nobody would say anything. Might be annoyed if they are in a rush, but they won't say anything. They won't say to me why you didn't do what you shouldn't supposed to do. Which would be the reasonable thing. And I was kind of like in a shock at the beginning, because I had this British glance, English glance of mannerism, and it was fantastic. I continue my day. That's how I do it. And now I should put like a fine, like that's how we roll in West Side. Ding. I think I will stop here the podcast here, and it won't be that long as the other ones when I have guests. That's basically an attempt of me speaking by myself in front of the microphone. So what do you think, and how did you find it? If you want to share it with me, it will be very nice of you, helping. And I will see you next time with a guest, I think, a very interesting guest or guests, and we will see what topic we will be able to cover. See you later.